gentlemen, if I could please have your attention. We are about to begin our graduation 2016. I want to welcome you to 2016 Algonquin College Convocation Ceremonies. I am Karen Davies, Dean of Algonquin College's Waterfront Campus here in Pembroke. Our graduate procession is about to begin. Algonquin College is proud to acknowledge that today's convocation ceremony is taking place on the ancestral territory of the Algonquin people. In recognition of this, our graduate procession will be accompanied by members of the Bear Nation. Using the traditional languages of the Anishinaabe people, their song offers a message of encouragement, and the powerful beat of the powwow drum represents the heartbeat of Mother Nature. Ladies and gentlemen, may I ask you to please stand and remain standing as we welcome the students, staff, and faculty of the Algonquin College Class of 2016.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Please be seated. As we begin, I would like to recognize and say thank you, Miigwech, to the Bear Nation singers for leading us in and for their performance in celebration of our students. It is very meaningful and a fitting way to begin our ceremony. Once again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Convocation 2016. My name is Claude Brûlé. I am the Senior Vice President Academic at Algonquin College, and it's my pleasure this afternoon and distinct honor to serve as your Master of Ceremonies, helping to guide us through today's festivities. We extend a sincere welcome to our graduates, their families and friends. Convocation is a very special event, a time to celebrate our graduates' achievement. You, the graduates, came to the college with a dream. You have successfully completed your studies, and this afternoon you will receive your credential, recognizing that accomplishment. You are now well positioned to rise to your next challenge. We wish you well and are delighted to be here this afternoon to salute you. We also welcome all of our friends and family who are watching via our live web streaming or through Kojiko Community Television. We're so thrilled that you're all able to join us this afternoon for this wonderful celebration. At this point, I would like to invite everyone who can stand to stand up and join us in the singing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. I will now introduce the members of the stage party, beginning on my far left in the second row. I will ask that they remain standing until all have been introduced. And please, for the audience, withhold your applause until all have been introduced. Jamie Bramberger, Manager, Community Students Affairs. Emily Quinville, Coordinator, Admissions and Registration. Krista Pearson, Registrar. Kathy Frederick, Vice President, Human Resources. Igor Evsev, President, Students Association. Kim Drake, Acting Chair, Business, Technology, and Outdoor Training. Ian Pinault, Acting Chair, Health and Community Studies. Kelly Sample, Governor, Algonquin College Board of Governors. Laura Stanbra, Vice President, Student Services. Lakota Wian, Aboriginal Elder. Cheryl Jensen, President, Algonquin College. Fred Blackstein, Governor, Algonquin College Board of Governors. And Karen Davies, Dean, Algonquin College campus in the Ottawa Valley. Thank you. And now, may I please ask the faculty to stand. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to join me in recognizing the faculty of Algonquin College and the contributions they make to the success of our graduates. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I would like to call upon our president, Cheryl Jensen, to give the president's address. President Jensen.
Ani, Bosho, Kwe, Sego, Tansei, Tungut. Bonjour. Good afternoon, graduates of 2016. It is such an honor to be standing here before you today and to congratulate you for successfully completing your chosen program. On behalf of the Board of Governors of Algonquin College, I want to welcome all of you, our graduates, your families, and your friends. Now, some of you may have friends and families who cannot be here with us today, those of you who are from other countries or other provinces, but we know they are thinking about you with love and with pride. You know, it's impressive to me that we have students at Algonquin College from almost 100 countries, international students who enrich our culture and teach us so much at Algonquin and in the Ottawa Valley. And as Claude said, we're live streaming today, so I want to welcome everyone who is watching us online. I also want to thank each and every one of you for choosing Algonquin. We know that you had many choices, and we're very grateful that you chose us. Now, I may be a little biased, and I know our employees feel that same bias, but I will say with confidence that you chose well. Algonquin's reputation for quality and innovation is well recognized, and you should display your certificate, your diploma, or your degree with a great deal of pride. And speaking of this pride, I know that many of you are joined here today by people who support you and who have likely helped you in some way as you have taken this journey. Helped you with encouraging words, late night phone calls to ease the occasional jitters, and most likely, urgent calls for money. So let's thank them and tell them that we love them. If you're a family member or a friend of a graduate, please stand as you're able so that our graduates and the entire Algonquin community can show their gratitude. Please stand. All those family and friends who are here with us today. Thanks very much. And I also want to personally thank our employees, our faculty, staff, and the administration at Algonquin. No one works harder than this fine group to support our students, and it shows. You consistently give them the highest marks in student satisfaction for a college of our size. I want to talk to you for just a few minutes today about the next big phase of your life journey. Some of you came directly from secondary school, some after completing some or all of a university degree, or as preparation for a delayed or a second career, perhaps in a business, nursing, outdoor adventure, motive power technician, or Police Foundation's program, just to name a few. I'm sure you're feeling excited and maybe just a little bit nervous. Don't be. You'll be fine. Along with everything else you've been learning and experiencing during your time with us, we've been helping you build up some skills in your learning portfolio that you may not be aware of. Let me tell you about them. The skills that you have learned in your programs, the technical and hands-on skills, are what our employers are expecting you to know. Table stakes, as we call them. The skills that get you the job. Then there are the skills that enable you to keep the job, to advance your career, or to start and build your own company and be your own boss, something more and more of our graduates are doing. If you're one of those graduates, you are one of a growing number of entrepreneurs in this fine province who are not waiting for an opportunity, but are creating their own. Entrepreneurship, that spirit of creating your own company, your own future, or being innovative and creative in your workplace, is an important attribute for all of our graduates, and I encourage you to embrace these opportunities as your career unfolds. But what does that entrepreneurial spirit mean to you, our graduates, as you choose to start your own company, or even if you don't, if you choose to work for someone in a small or a large company? It means to work as if you own the company, to take every action seriously, as if it affects the livelihood of you and every single one of your colleagues, to settle for nothing less than excellence. Well, that may sound easy, but I know it isn't, and we have started to help you build those entrepreneurial skills. An entrepreneurial spirit is built on a foundation of resilience. The definition I like to use of resilience is the ability to persist in the face of challenges, setbacks, and self-doubt. Some call it grit. That passion to see something through, even though it is at times really, really hard. Now think about it. You've all had times when things haven't been easy, when you felt like giving up. Likely you dusted yourself off and started again. That's resilience. It's your determination that brought you here today, and that same determination will serve you well in years to come. You know, I graduated a long, long time ago with a chemistry degree. I took a job that was offered to me in product development in a large international company right out of school. It wasn't the perfect job for me, but it paid well, and I learned a lot about the industry. And I learned a lot about myself, what I wanted to do with my life and what I didn't. My next job was a great one, in a steel mill. That's right, a steel mill, developing new test methods and health and safety procedures. Then something happened. I was told I was being laid off because of a downturn in the economy. So, after much feeling sorry for myself, I had to dust myself off and think about my next steps. Maybe some of you had a similar experience, and that's what led you to Algonquin. So I started looking again. I was asked to take a contract position teaching chemical technology and metallurgy at a college. I took the job, took another chance, and I thought I would try it for a few years. Some might have called it a risk. Well, some 30 years later, a master's degree through part-time studies and a career that has changed my life has led me to you as your president. I think it had something to do with resilience, never giving up, not letting a setback stop me from pursuing my dreams. A recent study done by Workopolis. Now, how many of you have used that site? Show me your hands. Maybe even just taken a look at it. That study shows that the cohort of learners graduating in 2002, Generation Y as they're called, held 3.9 jobs over their first 12 years in the job market, with a tenure of 2.7 years in each job on average. Gen Y changed jobs 22% more often over a 12-year period than Gen X, the 1992 graduates, did. Contrast that with the job longevity experienced by their parents. According to Stats Canada, 2/3 of Canadian baby boomers, I'm sort of on the edge of that baby boomer crowd, entered their 50s in long-term employment, holding down jobs they'd been in for at least 12 years with the same employer. In fact, more than half had worked for the same firm or organization for far longer than that, often 20 years or more. If the current trend continues, Canadians can expect to hold roughly 15 jobs in their careers. Workopolis studied the current situation by surveying 4,000 Canadians in early fall of 2014. What did they find? Only 6% of people have held just one job in their career, while 16% said they'd already held more than 10. Now, most Canadians don't even think they'll stay in the same vocation for their entire career. In a survey of more than 1,000 people, nearly 3/4 said that they don't expect to remain in the same profession for life. So, knowing that a job, even a profession, isn't permanent, should take some of the pressure off of you. I often say, if you're offered a job or an opportunity, even if it isn't the perfect one for you, take it. Your career will be made up of the many, many jobs you've held and the paths you've followed over your working life. It's through working and the resilience that we have been helping you build in yourself during your time at Algonquin, and that you will continue to build in the coming weeks, months, and years, that we all learn what we like to do, what we're good at, and in what direction we want our career journey to take us. Now, I tell you this story to give you encouragement, to push you a little bit. Sorry, I'm the mom of 3 and a proud mom of a college graduate. And that's what we do as moms. We encourage and we push, and push, and push. Encourage you to never give up, or to give in for that matter. Take a job if it's offered. Embrace a job and learn from it. Take a chance on a job that's offered or one that you create by yourself. Never stop going after your dreams. Have the courage to try and to fail. Be resilient. That's how we learn, that's how we grow, and that's how we become successful in our lives. In Algonquin's 49-year history, we have graduated more than 160,000 learners who are now part of our alumni family and part of communities here and around the world. Like alumnus country music star Jason Blaine, who has gone on to a great career success while never forgetting his college and his community. And stuntman Stu Schwartz, a proud Algonquin grad and the voice of Magic 100 and the Ottawa Senators, and this year's Premier's Award nominee in Community Services. And Loring Finney, Vice President of Corporate Marketing at Bell Canada and Marketing Lead for the Bell Let's Talk program that to date has contributed more than $80 million to improve mental health across Canada. Not surprisingly, Mr. Finney is also a Premier's Award nominee in business. When asked what other post-secondary education he has taken since graduating from Algonquin, he told us, "I didn't need any. College gave me a terrific start and connected me to some great people. After Algonquin, I was fully prepared to enter the workforce." As perhaps the only college graduate to hold a senior position within the $20 billion corporation that is Bell Canada, he says, "I'd like to think I'm proof of the kind of career you can have with a college education." And I could go on. Your work here at Algonquin has given you the skills to succeed in this rapidly changing world, a world that is changing from traditional work to a world where you can create your own business, your own work, and your own career path. And we are always here to help through continuing education classes here or online as you are off and away. In fact, we will be following you closely, more closely than we have followed our alumni in the past, to celebrate your successes, offer assistance for your setbacks, and helping to build your resilience to lead to lifelong success. You are now a proud member of the Algonquin College Alumni and Friends Network. I encourage you to stay connected with your vibrant alumni community that stretches around the world. So before I close, allow me one more message, one that's so important to me. Graduates, I believe that we have an obligation to give to our community, as I know you've been doing while you've been studying here at Algonquin. We are so fortunate in Canada, this great country where we have the freedom to speak openly, to study, to work, and I strongly believe that we need to give as we are able. I urge you to care passionately about the things that are important in this world. Share your talents and gifts with others. Make a difference in your own way to create a better world for our children and for our grandchildren. And when it comes time for you to give back to your community, whether it be with time, talent, or treasure, please don't forget your Algonquin family. You play such an important role in the future of our college and in ensuring that others can reap the benefits, as you have, of a quality and life-changing education. Let me share another favorite quote of mine by Margaret Mead, who says it best: "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." So graduates, I wish you much success, good health, and above all, happiness. This will always be your college, and I hope that when you come back to visit or just think back on your time here, it feels a little bit like home. We won't ever forget you. Don't ever forget us. Miigwech, merci. Thank you. I'd now like to take a moment to tell you about someone who's made a tremendous contribution to Algonquin College. And what is significant about this person is that his contributions are not recent or in isolation. His contributions are long-standing and have been made over many years in a spirit of giving that, as I mentioned, we try to instill in every one of our learners. Since 2004, Fred Blackstein has served 2 separate terms as a Board of Governor member, acting as a champion of students, especially here at our Pembroke campus. He was key in helping us secure the beautiful new waterfront location of this campus and has taken great pride in building bridges with this community, most notably with the Shaw Woods Trail Initiative, the establishment of the Pembroke Petawawa Community Foundation, and a community fundraiser for seniors' homes. All the while, quietly and without fanfare, opening doors for Algonquin College with organizations and businesses across the Ottawa Valley, as well as the city of Pembroke and Renfrew County. In 2006, his lifetime of volunteer service earned him an appointment to the Order of Canada. And now, I can think of no better way for us to thank and recognize Fred for his many terms of service to the college and the community. And so, it's with great pride and much gratitude that I announce that Fred will be the first recipient of the Algonquin College Fellowship, an award that acknowledges the significant and valuable ways in which an individual has helped further the institutional goals of Algonquin College. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking and congratulating Mr. Fred Blackstein.
Jody is the boss. So I noticed they skipped over the Board of Governors' remarks in your program, and I was told there'd be a slight change to the agenda. Now I know why. So I have a few words to describe this. Obviously honored and humbled and equally speechless. And I say speechless because I had my Board of Governors remarks here, and they're no good now. So I need to make some impromptu remarks, and I decided I'd look to the specialists on impromptu remarks, namely Toastmasters. and my friend Jay McLaren, who's a Toastmaster extraordinaire and who, for your interest and information, will be taking on the role as representative from this college to the Board of Governors effective September the 1st. And Jay will be retiring from his teaching duties to fulfill that role. So to give a good impromptu speech, the first thing in the book said, well, you need an interesting opener. And it then said, obviously, you need some dramatic closing remarks. And that's a good speech. If you want to give a really great speech, put those two things very, very close together. Stand by for a great speech. So I do have an important message to our graduates and to our faculty, and I can attest to 49 years of interaction with the community college system. When I was your age, I came to Algonquin College as a member of the advisory committee on computer programming 49 years ago. And in that intervening almost 50 years, this college has established itself clearly as one of the best post-secondary institutions in the entire country. Now, the president reminded me that her first job was with a steel company. I think it was Stelco, and not having any remarks to make today, I thought I'll use one of theirs. And like Stelco, this college has the same thing. Our product is steel, our strength is people. And the people I'm looking at in this front row, left-hand side, are our strength. It's been a privilege for 13 years now to have worked with you as a board member. A couple of other remarks, again, to our graduates. You should take great pride, great pleasure in what you've achieved today. And as the president said, there's been many behind you in terms of your loved ones, your supporters. And the message I would leave you with is the word team, spelled T-E-A-M. There is no I in team. And the success that you share is the same as that modest success that I share, all because of a team. And the same team, the platform party here, the faculty directly in front of me to your left, are part of that team that have assured our mutual success. And don't ever forget that. So as I left home this morning, my wife, who, like myself, just heard of this a few hours before the ceremony, said, well, you need some closing remarks, and they've got to be good. And she said, and Barbara is my spouse, she said, trying to make it something that you'd be prepared, so vibrant that you'd be prepared to see tattooed on your chest. And I said, well, I'm not sure it's appropriate to have Barbara Loves Fred bared here today. But I do have something for you. And the president and our senior vice president have all spoken about the pride you should have in what you've accomplished, and both have spoken about how proud we will be of you. So what I would be prepared to have tattooed on my chest after 49 years with the college system and 12 as a member of the board is the message I leave you with. 6 words. Be Algonquin proud, make Algonquin proud. Thank you.
Thank you, President Jensen, for your thoughtful remarks, and congratulations, Fred, on your award. We now move to the part of the ceremony where we recognize our graduates. I would like to call upon Dean Karen Davies to please come forward to introduce the graduates of the Pembroke campus. Karen?
Thank you, Claude. I am pleased to be here on behalf of the staff and faculty of Algonquin College in the Ottawa Valley, all of whom are very proud of our graduates and feel privileged to have been part of their successful learning journeys. At this time, on behalf of Algonquin College, I would like to acknowledge the commitment and successes of our graduates and would ask them to please rise. Graduates, please rise. Madam President, at this time, on behalf of Algonquin College, I would like to acknowledge the commitment and successes of the graduates of Algonquin College in the Ottawa Valley. Each of these graduates has dedicated themselves to successfully completing the requirements of their program. These individuals are ready to make their mark in their chosen career. It is with great pleasure and honor that I recommend them for graduation. Thank you, graduates. Please be seated.
Thank you, Madam President and Dean Davies. Algonquin College's waterfront campus has long maintained a tradition of a valedictorian address at convocation. Our valedictorian for this year is Lindsay Couture from the Practical Nursing Program. Please welcome Lindsay.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Greetings to Board of Governor Representatives Fred Blackstein and Kelly Sample, President Cheryl Jensen, Vice President Claude Brûlé, and to Dean Karen Davies. Welcome to the many members of the faculty, family, and friends who are in attendance today. Your support, wisdom, love, and spirit have helped each of us graduates to aspire, accomplish, and grow. Thank you for sharing today with us as we accept our honors. To my fellow graduates, I am grateful to have this opportunity to represent you. We may not all know each other on a personal level, but we can certainly all relate to each other as students. Today marks the conclusion of a seemingly endless course of study. Today, we accept the symbol of our success in the form of a diploma, a certificate, or a degree. We also have the opportunity to watch our fellow classmates achieve their recognition alongside our own. I'll keep my words brief because I know how much excitement is in this room. So while you're all here, listening and taking in everything in true college student fashion, I just want to invite you to think back to your first day and then to also reflect on all the cherished moments and relationships you've built with your friends and classmates. In a lot of ways, we were each other's biggest supports and closest allies. We were truly all in this together. We shared a lot over the duration of our programs, and honestly, we spent more time together than we did with our own families. These days will not soon be forgotten. We shared our dreams and our goals. We stayed up late, studying and reading, and calculating the exact number of questions we could get wrong on a test and still pass the class. We missed many hours of precious sleep in this way, but it was a great comfort knowing that we had friends experiencing the exact same lack of slumber and experiencing the exact same conflicts and doubts as ourselves. How many of us thought, this is tougher than I thought it would be? The point is, college life doesn't exist in isolation. College is tough. We each had to make sacrifices to be able to sit in this room today. Some of us had to sacrifice our jobs, and all of us had to sacrifice the time we spent with our families and friends, our spouses, our parents, and our children. With that sacrifice, each of us undertook the indelible task of laying down the blocks that would eventually be the road to our career. We completed the requirements of our program. We earned our place at this graduation ceremony. Not only that, but we've become a part of the college community, a community that truly cares and will remain with us for the rest of our lives. We entered this school as students, eager to learn and willing to do some pretty interesting things in the name of our education. And we leave as alumni, eager to leave our mark on the world and make our college proud. Over the duration of our programs, we inevitably became closer to our professors, one of the nicest realities of small classrooms in a tight-knit community. We are privileged in our waterfront campus to have professors that can spend more individual time with students. So at this time, I just want to thank the many members of the faculty for all that you've done to help us graduates achieve our dream. Thank you for mentoring us and listening to our concerns, often expressed through teary eyes and at times through impassioned and emotional words and emails. Thank you for every time you met with a student individually to figure out what went wrong or what can go better next time. Thank you especially for the tough tests and assignments that challenged us to dig deeper within ourselves. And thank you for the constructive criticisms that would help us grow and mature as we progress through our studies. Graduates, I just want to say again, we entered this room today as students. When we cross the stage and accept our honors, we become Algonquin College alumni. I am very proud to stand with each and every one of you. If it hasn't started for you already, you will shortly be in the process of applying for a job and beginning your career. And when you do begin your career, I challenge you all to think frequently about your time as a student, especially in the beginning when you had so many questions and you were full of doubt. Today, you are a student, but tomorrow you have the potential to be someone's mentor. I cannot overstate that fact. At some point in your career, you will have the chance to inspire another person on the path to achieving their dreams. Remember the struggles that you had as a student and the people in your college experience that made that difference for you. What helped you succeed, what made you falter, and what you're going to take away from this experience when everything is said and done. As graduates of Algonquin College, it is up to us to uphold the merit and mission of our school. We protect these values so that everyone can be proud of the recognition they've received. I'm proud of all of us, and I take great value in this education we've been privileged to obtain. Graduates, allow me to finally say, we did it. We are all here because we had so much more than just the intelligence to pass our programs. We had passion, we had a goal, we had a plan to achieve that goal, and we came out victorious. We survived. This is what we've been waiting for, and it's here. I'm ecstatic to share in this joy with you. To be honest, I've learned a lot over the course of my own program, but it would be a lie to say that I know everything. And in fact, I'm petrified of what the first day of my new job will look like. Perhaps some of you feel the same way. Suddenly, I'm going to be a nurse, and I no longer have anyone hovering over me to make sure I don't hurt someone. That's terrifying. My point is, learning is lifelong, and mistakes will happen no matter what your GPA is at the end of your college road. Let's respect each other, learn from each other, seek opportunities to improve, and become exactly the person that we sought out to be when we first applied to this college. As you leave here today and close a very important chapter in your life story, I want to leave you with a quote from one of the world's most famous nurses, Florence Nightingale, who said, "I attribute my success to this. I never gave or took any excuse." Do not make any excuses and do not be afraid to fail. Drive yourself to be the best that you can be and be confident in the skills that you've obtained during your stay at Algonquin College. Yes, you will make mistakes, but you will persevere. Algonquin College students always do. Congratulations to the class of 2016. Thank you everyone for listening.
I would now like to call upon Jamie Bramberger to present Lindsay Couture with the valedictorian plaque. That's upside down. Congratulations, Lindsay. Well done. We will now proceed with the presentation of degrees, diplomas, certificates, and awards. recognizing the achievements of our graduates. We acknowledge and thank the individuals, businesses, and companies who have demonstrated their support for our graduates and for our programs by donating these awards. Families and friends of the graduates are invited to come forward to take photographs during the presentation, and we encourage you to be aware of other guests who are also trying to take pictures. May I please ask the audience to refrain from applauding until all the credentials have been presented so that each graduate's name can be heard. However, a well-placed who or how never hurt anyone. Graduates, when you are called forward, please proceed to the right of the stage. Jamie Bramberger, Manager of Community and Student Affairs, will announce the names of the graduates as they come to center stage to receive their credential from the President. Graduates, you are then to leave the stage to the left, and members of the faculty will extend their congratulations in front of the stage. Award recipients will receive their diploma and their awards at the end of their class group. We ask that the graduates remain in their seat until the end of the ceremony so as to not disturb the ceremony. You think you got all that? Okay. It'll come easier as you see people go through. All right. I will now call upon Ian Pinault, Acting Chair of Health and Community Studies, to please come forward and call the graduates of the department. Ian.
Thank you, Senior Vice President Brulé. At this time, I would ask that the award presenters for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, the Early Childhood Education, and the Police Foundation programs come forward to the stage on their left. Award presenters for the rest of the programs, please come forward when your program is called. We'll wait while the long walk begins. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure that I introduce the graduates of the Collaborative Bachelor of Science in Nursing programs. Judy Lafleur, coordinator, and Frank Krisnick, professor in the program, will greet the graduates.
Zainab Al-Hadwawi. Patricia Dawn Bourne. Parmjeet Brar. Jennifer Carter. Megan Cleveland. Nick Corshane. Say Dawn. Robin Dyer. Miriam Henry. Kayla Howes. Melissa Jardine Ridley. Julie Laramie. Eli Mangel. Emily Milligan. Alana Nagora. Darcy Parisian. Neji Petion. Lauren Rady. Nancy Reed. Natalie Rigg. Hannah Schroeder Tate. Shanda Silva. Brittany Webster. Karen Mullaney.
Karen Mullaney is the recipient of the Lois Cahill Memorial Award. This award is being presented by Angela Rintoul, professor in the program.
Lauren Murphy.
Lauren Murphy is the recipient of the General Proficiency Award. This award is being presented by Francois Lemaire, Vice President of Patient Services, Acute Care, and the Chief Nursing Executive from the Pembroke Regional Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, the Collaborative Bachelor of Science in Nursing graduates. It's now with great pleasure that I introduce the graduates of the Early Childhood Education Program and of the Police Foundations Program. Noelle Party, Program Coordinator, will greet the Early Childhood Education graduates, and Dan LaBelle, Program Coordinator, will greet the Police Foundations graduates.
Lindsay Carter. Anna Ledoux. Alicia Keel. Val Pisani. Ricky Lee Godin.
Ricky Lee Godin is the recipient of the Children's Garden Nursery School Literary Award. This award is being presented by Benita Richardson, Director of the Children's Garden.
Haley Gould.
Haley Gould is the recipient of the Renfrew County Early Childhood Education Program Director's Award. This award is also being presented by Bernita Richardson. Haley is also the recipient of the Wise Owl Daycare Center Award. This award is being presented by Deirdre Lambert on behalf of the Board of Wise Owl Daycare.
Caitlin Bennett. Jeffrey Como. Shelby Ann DuPont. Brendan Finney. Jeremy Gallant. Cody Higgins. Andrew Jessup. Krista Owen. Tara Parker. Haley Shizen. Taylor Cameron Hodgins.
Taylor Cameron Hodgins is the recipient of the Police Foundation's Program Award. This award is being presented by Janice Harrison.
Robert Ferguson.
Robert Ferguson is the recipient of the Test Ready Pro Police Recruit Candidate of the Year Award. This award is also being presented by Janice Harrison.
Luke Green.
Luke Green is the recipient of the Roy C. Reiki Award. This award is being presented by Linda Reiki.
Sherry Lee Matt.
Sherry Lee Matz is the recipient of the Ontario Provincial Police Service Award. This award is being presented by Janice Harrison on behalf of the Ontario Provincial Police Service. Ladies and gentlemen, the Early Childhood Education graduates and the Police Foundation graduates. It's with great pleasure that I introduce the graduates of the Practical Nursing Program. Carrie Lynn Weeks, professor in the program, will greet the graduates.
Kelly Bickford. Emily Como. Lindsay Couture. Tiffany Demel. Claudia Dobrowelski. Shanna Harrington. Ashley Henry. Shauna Hollington. Emma Howard. Avery Jackson. Nicole Krupa. Nicole Labonte. Paul McLeod. Christy Lee Penman. Courtney Rayfuse. Angela Renault. Nicole Risky. Sadia Salad. Kayla Schultz. Crystal Scott. Helen Shute. Erica Van Hoof. Natasha Warren. Rebecca Bedard.
Rebecca Bedard is the recipient of the L.A. Nykerken Award. This award is being presented by Heather McMillan, professor in the program.
Kelsey Demers.
Kelsey Demers is the recipient of the RPNAO Award for Student Excellence. This award is being presented by Sharon Carson, professor in the program. Ladies and gentlemen, the Practical Nursing Program graduates. I'm very pleased now to introduce the graduates of the Social Service Worker Program. Barb Clark, Program Coordinator, will greet the graduates.
Sally Butler. Adrian Clark. Sabrina Gideon. Jennifer Hawes. Yvonne Kendall. Leila Kapoor. Melissa Kachakowski. Patricia McMullen. Ian Payne. Stefan Plumley. Tara Quast Johnston. Ashley Villeneuve. Lindsay Yantha. Mary Pierre Abbott.
Marie Pierre Abbott is the recipient of the W.T. Eldon Craig Memorial Award. This award is being presented by Mrs. Marilyn Craig.
Jessica Donovan.
Jessica Donovan is the recipient of the Graduating SSW Class Leadership Award. This award is being presented by Shauna Enright, professor in the program. Ladies and gentlemen, the Social Service Worker Program graduates. Now pleased to welcome the graduates of General Arts and Science Program, the General Arts and Science Pre-Health Program, and the General Arts and Science Pre-Nursing Program. Sean Pentecost, Program Coordinator, and Megan Haycock, Professor, will greet the graduates.
Patrick Hagerman. William Whips. Caitlin Cotter. Bethany Little. Amanda McLeod. Jesse Trahan. Sean Dixon Cole. Sarah Harder.
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of the General Arts and Science, the General Arts and Science Pre-Health, and the General Arts and Science Pre-Nursing programs. It's with great pleasure that I now introduce the graduates of the Personal Support Worker program. Heather McMillan, Program Coordinator, will greet the graduates.
Danica Belair. April Biscup. Rebecca Campion. Kelsey Chevalier. Lorianne Davidson. Brittany Dolan. Amber Doucette. Angela Flowers.
I'm taking a selfie quickly.
Whitney Godin. Jessica Lawrence. Tierra LeBlanc. Chelsea LaFive. Emily Levine. Cody Losi. Ashley Mayhew. Megan McGrath. Melissa McElwam. Shirless Mercalita. Amber Miller Sennett. Jennifer Murrin. Natasha Padaverda. Kirsten Pierce. Wanda Perfett. Christy Schultz. Erica Sennett Wall. Brittany Stewart. Deborah Wood. Katie Ferguson.
Katie Ferguson is the recipient of the Personal Support Worker Program Award. This award is being presented by Frank Krisnick, professor in the program. Ladies and gentlemen, the Personal Support Worker Program graduates. Very pleased now to introduce the graduates of the Radiation Safety Program, including those who have the cooperative education option. Adam Prescott, coordinator of the program, will greet the graduates.
Karen Blake. William Bourne. Lisa Carney. Joseph Camo. Bailey Dwyer. Shane Ford. David Gaunt. Sawyer Glover. Brody Hilder. Nicholas Kosnick. Ryan Miller. Tak Mishra. Stephanie Musso. Andrew Petz. Caitlin Severin. Taylor Wilkie. Thomas Wilson. Kalia Deering.
Kalia Deering is the recipient of the Canadian Nuclear Society Award. This award is being presented by Sami El-Jabi on behalf of the Canadian Nuclear Society.
Joseph Vu.
Joseph Vu is the recipient of the Canadian Nuclear Society Award. This award is also being presented by Sami El-Jabi. Ladies and gentlemen, the Radiation Safety Program graduates, 2016. This completes the presentation of credentials for the graduates and award winners of the Health and Community Studies Department. On behalf of the faculty and staff, I'd like to extend very warm congratulations to all of the graduates of these programs and to their families. Congratulations, everyone. I'll now call on Kim Drake to come forward and call the graduates of the programs of the Business, Technology, and Outdoor Training departments.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to ask the award presenters for the Business, Computer Systems Technician, and Environmental Technician programs come forward to the stage on their left. Award presenters for the rest of the programs, please come forward when your program is called. It is with pleasure that I now ask the graduates of the Business program and the Computer Systems Technician program, including those having the cooperative education option, to come forward to receive their diplomas from the President. Aaron White, professor in the Business program, will greet the Business graduates. Paul McGuire and Mark McKenna, professor in the Computer Systems program, will greet the Computer Systems graduates.
Brandon Gander. Marvy Julian. Deidre Lambert. Mitchell Smith. Bradley Switzer.
Thank you for everything.
Jennifer Kashabek.
Jennifer Kashabek is the recipient of the Dean Sinclair Chartered Professional Accountants Award of Accounting, being presented by Jay McLaren, professor in the program.
Katrina Seifery.
Katrina Sifri is the recipient of the Kiwanis Award. This award is being presented by Jay McLaren on behalf of the Kiwanis Club of Pembroke. Katrina is also the recipient of the Dean Sinclair Chartered Professional Accountants Award of Accounting, also being presented by Jay McLaren.
Christopher Blackstock. Annie Kluche. Brad Dulong. Sultan Julani. Brandon Malbuff. Nikita Nayar. Alexander Sadecki. Chris Scott.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Business and Computer Systems Technician Program graduates. It is with pleasure that I ask the graduates of the Environmental Technician Program, including those having the cooperative education option, as well as the Forestry Technician Program, to come forward to receive their diplomas from the President. Sarah Hall, Coordinator of the Environmental Technician Program, and Errol Downey, Professor in the Forestry Technician Program, will greet their respective graduates.
Michael Beaulieu. Spencer Griffin. Jonathan Hardy. Jennifer Houghton. Bill Herring. Jesse Risto. Grant Valiant. Tristan Hayes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Environmental Technician and the Forestry Technician program graduates. It is with pleasure that I now ask the graduates of the Motive Power Apprenticeship Technician Co-op Diploma Program and the Office Administrative Executive Program to come forward to receive their diplomas from the President. Mark Stevens, Coordinator of the Motive Power Technician Program, and Wayne Tripping, and Connie Poupar, Coordinator of the Office Administrative Executive Program, will greet their respective graduates.
Douglas Brown. Adam Dyer. Bradley Keel. Mark Lacroix. Adrian Rowe. Clayton Webb. Connor Dearman.
Connor Dearman is the recipient of the Benson Auto Parts Award. The award is being presented by Troy Romaine from Benson Auto Parts.
Jesse Krantz.
Jesse Krantz is the recipient of the Darwin Wendover Memorial Award. This award is being presented by Bruce and Christine Wendover.
Garland Trache.
Garland Trache is the recipient of the Napa Auto Awards. This award is being presented by Mark Stevens, the program coordinator.
Taryn Epp. Shayla Ferguson. Darlene Lewis. Sheila Mercalita. Janet Trubinsky. Marissa Dean.
Marissa Dean is the recipient of the Moncion Metro Award. This award is being presented by Connie Poupard.
Nikki Lachance.
Nikki Lachance received the Vivian Chute Office Administration Executive Program Award at the completion of her program.
Melissa Rosine.
Melissa Rosine is the recipient of the Scott Rosine and Dempsey Chartered Accountants Award. This award is being presented by Crystal Barr, faculty member. Ladies and gentlemen, the Motive Power Technician and the Office Administrative Executive Program graduates. It is with pleasure that I ask the graduates of the Outdoor Adventure Program and the Outdoor Adventure Naturalist Program, including those having the cooperative education option, to come forward to receive their diplomas from the President. Jeff Jackson, Program Coordinator, will greet the graduates.
Thomas Barrett Kenobi. Sage Jerva. Connor Hartnell.
Glad you got it.
Spencer Letty. Miles Arbor.
Miles Arbor was awarded the Outdoor Adventure Program Award at the completion of his program. Ladies and gentlemen, the Outdoor Adventure and Outdoor Adventure Naturalist Program graduates. It is with pleasure that I ask the graduates of the following programs to come forward to receive their certificates from the President: Construction Techniques, Culinary Skills Chef Training, Carpenter, Introduction to Construction Trades, Food Service Worker, and Academic Upgrading. Colin Ryopka, Professor in the Construction Techniques and Carpenter Program, Diane Ferguson, Coordinator of the Culinary Skills Chef Training Program, and Jack Van Starkenberg, Coordinator and Professor in the Introduction of Construction Trades Program, will greet the graduates of their respective programs.
Tristan Brundridge. Quentin Gardner. William Herlahide. Daniel Mitchell. Eric Yaroskavich. Timothy Haslam.
Timothy Haslam is the recipient of the Ronan Petawawa Award. This award is being presented by Courtney Latham of Rona Petawawa, a past graduate of the Construction Techniques program.
Ross Commanda. Tristan Wallace. Caitlin Watson. Zachary Wood. Angela O'Brien.
Angela O'Brien is a recipient of the Ulrichs on Main Award of Excellence. This award is being presented by Diane Ferguson, Program Coordinator.
Kyle Hamill. David Crabtree. Jamie Fox. Jacob LeBlanc. Ryan Peters. Amanda Semple Clemens. Braylee Severin.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Construction Techniques, Culinary Skills Chef Training, Carpentry Apprenticeship, Introduction to Construction Trades, Food Service Worker, and Academic Upgrading graduates. May I please ask all of the graduates to rise. Ladies and gentlemen, the Algonquin College Ottawa Valley Class of 2016.
Well, thank you, Ian, Kim, and Jamie, the voice behind the curtain, for announcing the names of the programs and the names of the graduates. And once again, congratulations, graduates. It is now my honor to announce the presentation of college-wide and school-wide awards. When called upon, the award recipients are requested to come onto the stage on the right-hand side. This year we have a unique situation where one student has been selected for 2 awards, the Robert C. Gillett Leadership Award and the Annual Award of Excellence. Cheryl Jensen, president of Algonquin College, will present these awards. The Robert C. Gillett Leadership Award is presented to a graduate who demonstrates exemplary volunteer leadership to contribute to the overall Algonquin College student experience. And the Annual Award for Excellence is presented to a graduate who demonstrates leadership as well as maintains a good scholastic achievement. The recipient for these awards this year is Miles Arbor, a graduate of the Outdoor Adventure Program. Miles, come forward. Miles was the go-to person on campus when needing volunteers. Miles is the Outdoor Adventure class representative for 2 years. He was a JEDI student mentor in 2015-16, and he volunteered for many activities, including the Waterfront Campus Open House. Miles was also the trip leader for his group Culminating Project, which took him and 4 of his classmates to Colorado to mountain bike the 254-kilometer Cocopelli Trail that runs from Fruita, Colorado to Moab, Utah. Congratulations, Miles, on receiving these well-deserved awards. Our next award is the Alumni Award. This award is granted to the graduate who exemplified the greatest concern for the Algonquin College community while at the college. Laura Stanbra, Vice President, Student Services, will present this award. This year's recipient of the Alumni Award is Joseph Vu, student in the Radiation Safety Program. Joseph was a strong advocate for his program. He was a class tutor and organized trips. He was involved in intramural sports and contacted employers to make arrangements for career fairs for future students. Congratulations on this well-deserved award, Joseph. Well, this concludes our ceremony for this afternoon. Yes. There are many within the college who work hard behind the scene to plan and coordinate this ceremony, and although there are too many to mention, I would like to take a moment and to thank them for their effort. Well, it's certainly been a pleasure to celebrate with you this afternoon, and it's also my pleasure to welcome you, our graduates, as the newest member of our Algonquin Alumni Association. Be sure to send us your success stories and stay connected through our alumni website. We're nearing the end of our program this afternoon. We invite all of our graduates, friends and family to continue to gather for celebration at the Waterfront campus. Many thanks to you, our graduates, and to your family and friends for joining us, whether live here or through a television or our live stream, for making this ceremony a happy occasion for all of us. Congratulations and best wishes. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to ask you to please stand and remain standing until the end of the recession of the stage party, the faculty, and the graduates. The recession will be led by Piper Major Huey Bryant. Thank you, and have a great afternoon.